What is faith? You don't have to be around church too long to know it's one of those words that's used a lot in songs, in prayers, in teaching sermons. But what do we mean when we talk about faith? I remember one cynical definition that I heard. Faith is believing in things that you know aren't true. Well, that's a million miles from what the Bible says. Let me read you from Hebrews chapter 11. It says, "Now faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see." I heard a definition of faith once, which I think is the best I've ever heard. Faith, quite simply, is believing God. It's more than just believing in God, but actually believing God, trusting him, putting the full weight of our lives on his promises. Most of us, though, would say we struggle sometimes with questions, with doubts. And I'm reminded of the story in the Gospels of the man who his family were in desperate need, and he came to Jesus. And Jesus asked him, "Do you believe?" And the man said with real honesty, "Lord, I believe, but help my unbelief. Help me to deal with those questions and those doubts." And that's the kind of honest prayer that God responds to. Or I think of the times when we might say, well, I have got faith, but it's ever so small. It's really quite tiny and pathetic. And I'm reminded of how Jesus said, faith as small as a mustard seed can move a mountain. He was using a figure of speech there. You remember the disciples, on one occasion when he was giving them some hard teaching, said, "Lord, increase our faith." There's another one of those honest prayers that we can pray. But quite simply, faith is believing God, trusting in him, trusting in the promises contained within the Bible, and putting the full weight of our lives upon them. I hadn't been a Christian very long when I went to a meeting, and the preacher said, "Faith is this: if you do before you get it what you would do if you had it, then you've got it." I wonder why God is encouraging, challenging you to step out in faith today and to believe him.